Shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishop, and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and peace and blessings be multiplied on all you brethren that's teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. Shalom to the elect, 144,000, and the rest of the elect out there, shalom. I'm the brother Dama Agabar, here with another lesson, Lord willing to edify through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Yahweh Shai. All right, and I got another one for you. It says civilizational suicide. China's humanoid sprint ahead as America's fight over data center and socialism. All right, and I've done plenty of videos, warning you about this this sword that is being sharpened as far as these humanoid robots, man. All right, and China is developing some of these robots, man, that's doing some shit that's basically, surpassing human capabilities. And they got this one these goddamn humanoid robots running faster than Usain Bolt. Now, what do you think is going to happen when these, because people are seeing this whole, because China had the 5-day humanoid robot games, and you're seeing all these different companies and robots coming together doing crazy shit, man. Now, like I'm saying, you're seeing these robots playing ping pong, they're playing table tennis. Now they're running sprints one of the robots ran 100 meters in like 9.35 seconds, and I'm gonna show you. You don't think they're using these humanoid robots to do all type of warlike tactical shit? If they're breaking 100-meter records and doing all type of other shit, what do you think the robots that are being used for military capabilities are doing behind closed doors? You see, and this is part of that sword that is being sharpened, man. And don't be surprised one day when you're gonna start seeing these humanoid robots transformed into goddamn super soldiers, and they're gonna be out here like they show you in all these dystopian movies, like Elysium and the Sons of Men, and these other movies where these humanoid robots are gonna be doing shit that's gonna blow your mind. These robots are going to be chasing you niggas down in these urban areas. They're going to be scaling buildings. They're going to be, humanoid robot armies with humanoid robot dogs at their side, kicking in doors, man. Clearing out spaces, chasing you down, locking you up, throwing you in concentration camps, doing the bidding of these elites, man. All right. And we've been warning and telling you that these humanoid robots are not just for your fucking entertainment, not to fold your laundry. They're not going to be used to just vacuum your floor or cook you a meal or pour you a drink or make you some coffee as a goddamn barista in one of these bars. They're going to be used for military capabilities, man. All ran and ran and controlled by artificial intelligence. And they're going to come down upon you people with extreme prejudice, man. So let's check some of this out. It said the 5-day 2026 World Humanoid Robot Games at Beijing National Speed Skating Oval are well underway. And on Saturday, an AI-powered humanoid robot reached 14.5 meters per second, or 32 miles an hour. Look at this. Watch this shit. Imagine this robot chasing your ass. Look at the background. You see all those robots just standing there in formation? But, they're showing you this shit, for entertainment value. You got all these dumbass Moabites over there watching these games and laughing and giggling and ha ha ha, it's all funny. But little do you know, eventually these robots are going to be used to come down upon you people. Now check this out. Yeah, it's funny now. It's funny because they're just watching it for entertainment purposes, but they're just putting on display all these different companies how advanced this technology is getting, man. And don't think for one second that these robots are not going to be used to bust you people's heads, man. To be the new police force, to be the iron fist of these elites. It's all fun and games now, but let's check some of this out. It says more than 2,000 humanoid robots are participating in the World Humanoid Robot Games across 51 disciplines. Look, pay attention to that, 51 disciplines. Meaning that these robots, they're teaching these robots to do everything that you people can do. Even fight, do karate, do jujitsu, handle firearms, man. And all type of other shit, It says 51 disciplines and more than 1,000 competitions spanning running, table tennis, and soccer. You see, they got these ones playing tennis table and shit. But some of the comments is what I want to read. It says the games opened during the same week as the 2026 World Robot Conference in Beijing, where companies displayed 3,000 products and the blockbuster IPO of China-based Unitree. Together, the events and IPO suggest that China is pulling far ahead of the U.S. in humanoid robotics. The main reason is that China controls much of the global supply chain for actuators, motors, optics, and other critical components required to manufacture humanoid robots. So what do you think is going to happen when the day comes when America goes to war with China? You don't think China can bring some of these humanoid robots on the soils of America? Because America is wide open. This place is not very heavily defended. You know, all they got to do is just bring some shipping containers across the Pacific with a whole humanoid fucking robot. Watch this. Look, here it is. Check this out. It says, "Welcome to China and welcome to the future. Maybe we will soon witness humanoid robot formations and China's military parade." Let's check this out. Look at this. See, the future is here. And you don't, like I said, you don't think they're developing some of these robots for war that can handle weapons and guns and AR-15s and other things of that nature? We've already seen it. I've done plenty of videos showing you that they got humanoid robots that are training out in the middle of nowhere for military combat. You see, and they're probably selling some of these technology to America and to other countries. But y'all think it's a joke? Here's the point. Here it is. It says, this is Arthur McWaters, who co-founded Legion Health, an AI native telepsychiatry company, emphasized on X. We're having debates about data centers, and China is publicly developing super humanoid robot armies. What the actual hell are we doing here, guys? You see? And like I said, an average American, 2/3 of these jakes, they don't know what the hell is going on. You know, jakes see a damn humanoid robot, they take their phone out and start taking pictures, and they laughing and thinking it's all cute and funny, not knowing that they're developing other robots that's going to be for far more nefarious and warlike capabilities, man. Another ex-user said, "We're shooting ourselves in the foot because we want to sit around and watch Netflix and eat Cheetos." Yeah. Hey, because that sword is being sharpened. Here it is. Oh, this same guy said the same thing. Look at this. The AI robots are here. The future is here. Mac Waters responded, "It's civilizational suicide." It says, while the Trump administration is moving to reindustrialize the U.S. and reshore critical supply chains, the Democratic Party's socialist wing and its far-left allies are advancing an agenda that risks weakening the country from within. You see? So, hey, man, hey, this is nothing more but, hey, the sword is being sharpened. And these robots are going to be used. They show you in all the fucking dystopian movies in the future how these humanoid robots are going to be used to basically to wage war upon you people. Pretty soon, they're going to be given a green light to be judge, jury, and executioner, man. And they're going to be used to wage war upon you dumbass American people out there who don't understand what the hell is going on. All right, so let's get this. This is Jeremiah chapter 15 and 2. It says, "And it shall come to pass." Now, I'm going to start up. It says here, "Judgment must come." Hey, and the Lord's going to send judgment in many shape, forms, and fashions upon 2/3 of you, Jake, and upon you American people. We can see the stage being set to where Iran is intensifying their war against America. They're talking about doing more, cyber attacks on the infrastructure and on the grid. They already shut down a plant in the UK for like 4 days that they ain't telling you about. Iran did. And how they're getting ready to attack more infrastructure here in America to bring complete and utter chaos and darkness. And how much more when the war gets fully intensified and China and Russia is involved. Man, it's getting ready to go down here in Babylon the Great. All right, and 2/3 of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who still playing games, who still got your head in the sand. You know, you don't want to take heed. You don't want to take heed to the prophets and the men of the Lord. You don't want to get yourself right. You fully got your trust in America. You think everything is going to be all right. Every day is just business as usual, but you don't see, the sword that is being sharpened behind closed doors and the impending judgment that's coming here to Babylon and upon you tribes. This is Jeremiah 15 and 1. "Then said Yahweh unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be towards this people. Cast them out of my sight and let them go forth. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, well, whither shall we go forth? Then shalt thou tell them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, such as are for death to death, and such as are for the sword to the sword, and such as for the famine to the famine, and such as for the captivity to the captivity." You see? And this is what's getting ready to befall America, man. The sword, death, famine, pestilence, plagues, insurrections, This devil coming down with great wrath, seeing that he has but a short time, pestilence, plagues, wars, all these things, you know. And we've been out there ad nauseum blowing the trumpet and warning you, Jakes, about these days that are getting ready to come to pass. But, you know, Jake's still playing games out here. Jake's still out here doing videos, lying on the Hebrew Israelites. Oh, child, I'm so tired. I got a confrontation with the Hebrew Israelites, and you want to worship your skin color, and they over here telling me all white people are going to hell. You know, just lying and just making up shit, talking all this shit, scoffing and profiting at the prophets. Y'all keep that same energy, man. Hey, because when this comes to pass, when what happened during Jeremiah time is going to happen here again here in this time and here in America and Babylon the Great, we ain't going to want. We don't want to hear nothing. Ain't nobody going to cry for you. Nobody's going to feel sorry for you, Jakes, because you've been out here scoffing and talking crap, playing games, you know, thinking everything is sweet. Hey, when these times come, don't come crying to us, man. Hey, you take it up with whatever form of doom the Lord has prescribed for you, man. And I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear, and the fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and to destroy. Point blank, period, man. And this is what's getting ready to come upon you, Jake, in many forms, man. And like I said, I'm showing you this video of these humanoid robots because I've been doing hella videos on this over the years, showing you different examples, showing you different videos and clips of what they're really doing with these humanoid robots, besides the fluff and puff stuff they show you on TV or like this little convention here. You know, like I said, yeah, it's entertaining. You're watching these things run track. They're playing tennis. They're doing all type of different, sport related activities. But it's the shit that they're not showing you that you need to be afraid of, man. You know, like I said, the humanoid robot dogs that can be mounted with fucking, automatic rifles, AR-15s, you know, explosive bombs. Like I said, I did a video. I think the last video I did, they showed you soldiers with a humanoid robot, doing drills where the humanoid robot dog went in first and was shooting and blowing up shit. And you had the humanoid robot and the human soldier following behind it, clearing out rooms and areas, man. You see? But you think this is all a joke. You think this is all cutesy and that we're, it's all conspiracy. Okay, you keep that same energy, man. Keep that same energy. This is Ezekiel chapter 21:9. It says, Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, say, a sword is sharpened and also furbished. And we know that that's Esau's blessing, is the sword, man. Well, now you got these other nations, you know, hey, they're sharpening their swords too. Yeah, they're going to use, we know that China and Russia is going to use their swords to ultimately fight against each other militarily. But hey, who's to say that some of these Russian soldiers and Chinese soldiers won't be here on the soils of America? That America won't eventually get invaded because it's vulnerable. These nations see that now is the best time. So you can't put these things outside of the realm of reality because, hey, we can see it through the spirit. It says a sword is sharpened and is also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sure slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? Right. Now ain't the time to be, making mirth and partying and dancing and thinking that these times are what will never come. Because that's the average sentiment and mood that Jake is moving in here in America. That, oh, brother, you tripping. Y'all crazy, man. What y'all talking about? I ain't trying to hear all that. Yeah, okay, you ain't trying to hear all that. But when it's knocking down your door, hey, then you're going to know. It says, should we then make mirth? It contemneth the rod of my son as every tree. And he hath given it, who's he? The Most High has given it to be furbished that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened and it is furbished to be given into the hand of the slayer. Who's the slayer? Ultimately is Esau, Edom. But then again, we know also the Lord's going to put the spirit on a lot of these other nations to get busy on you, Jakes. And it was going to use these different nations and these humanoid robots and different things to bring judgment upon 2/3 of you Israelites out there and you American people. And it's being furbished. Hey, like I said, we see China is revolutionizing all of this technology. But hey, America, you got American companies over here doing the same shit. And we know that a lot of these governments, they're going to use it to fight against each other in war, but also they're going to be using these robots against the citizens because they know that it's going to be eventual sedition. It's going to be uprising of the people. It's going to be protests. People are going to eventually get pissed off and lose it and get mad as they bring their new world order in place. And they know that a lot of these police officers are going to eventually throw in their badges because they're not going to want to do the bidding of the 1% and of these wicked governors and different politicians and these elites. So therefore, how are they going to be able to counter that? Is by having these humanoid robots, which China and these different companies are building them by the thousands. You see, they got all these goddamn robots just sitting there, man. Like I said, they got whole warehouses and facilities just full of these fucking robots, man, and drones and these humanoid robot dogs. And you got to imagine the shit that they're not showing you that they're creating behind closed doors. You know, we know how this man operates. So, hey, it ain't finna be cutesy anymore. It says, this sword is sharpened and it is furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer. Cry and howl, son of man, for it shall be upon my people. It shall be upon all the princes of Israel. Terrors by reason of the sword shall be upon my people. Smite therefore upon thy thigh, man. And you Jakes keep thinking everything is sweet. You keep thinking everything is cool. But hey, even these guys in their comments said, China is, this is the future. They're building fucking humanoid robot armies. And these robots ain't going to have any emotions. They're not going to have any empathy or sympathy for you people. Once they're programmed to attack and to kill and to persecute without with complete prejudice, you people are through out there. All right? You're going to be through. You're going to be trampled like the mire of the street, man. That's why the Lord said he's going to come against a hypocritical nation, which are you Israelites, man. But hey, you've been warned, man. And hey, like I said, this is the future. This shit eventually is going to hit. And know for a fact that we told you and we warned you ahead of time, man. So with that, I'm going to give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, Lord willing, this is edified. Until the next one, shalom.